What is going on, guys? This is Brendan Burns, and welcome to the Brendan Burns Show. Join me as I interview, dissect, and share the stories of high performers who have created the life that they deserve on their terms. I sit down with speakers, professional athletes, and successful entrepreneurs from all over the world who have chosen to live a life of fulfillment and joy over status and money. In each episode, I share actionable strategies that you can implement in your life, plus inspiration along the way. So come join me for this episode of The Brendan Burns Show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Brendan Burns Show. This is an exciting one for you all. Recording it during coronavirus here in New York City, where I'm based and where I live. And first and foremost, I hope everyone is staying safe, staying healthy, staying at home as much as they can. And I'm coming in today with an analysis of a show called Love is Blind. And for those of you who aren't familiar, it's a Netflix show where singles come into a pod and they all go on these speed dates to see if they can find their life partner. Now, the interesting thing about the speed dates is you can't physically see your partner. You're in a room separated by a wall. It's the opposite of soundproof. You can hear everything. You can have a fully transparent vocal conversation, but you can't see each other. And I'm really interested in this type of stuff because in my relationship coaching, I've seen that the arranged marriage success rate is something like 10%, whereas when you actually choose your partner, divorce rate is, the arranged marriage divorce rate is 10%. So arranged marriages are highly, highly successful versus when we actually pick our partner. And I believe that a lot of problems in dating would be solved if we were able to be a little bit more flexible in terms of the rules we put on people's heights and their ages and their weights and their ethnicities. And I was very intrigued by this show. And while on the one hand, I think it's great to take the physical looks out of it, on the other hand, it's so fascinating because the psychology and the dysfunctions, especially with there's a woman named Jessica on the show, it's just funny how all the dysfunctions can play out whether or not you can actually even see each other. And so this podcast, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the show and what happened and my thoughts, but then you're going to hear one of my YouTube videos, which will be coming out tomorrow on my YouTube channel, and it's the stripped audio from it, which breaks down what I believed was the healthiest couple in the show, Cameron Hamilton, Lauren Speed. I think it's 1 or 2 years later, they're still married, and they actually got married or got engaged within 5 days. Can you imagine? I'm recording this on a Sunday right now. So can you imagine that you go on a date right now today with someone and you can't even physically see them? So it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. By this Friday, you have an engagement ring on your finger. Or if you're a man, you have a fiance now. It's wild. And so in the video, which is going to be kind of the second half of this podcast, you'll hear the audio of my breakdown in terms of what Cameron did and what Lauren did, how they modeled intimacy so well that they didn't even have to physically see each other to say I love you on day 3 or 4, get engaged, get married. And so that's the breakdown. And if you want to see the video, again, I'm releasing that tomorrow on my YouTube channel, Brendan Burns. And I'm really, really excited about this whole thing because this is just the first one. I'm going to be doing a breakdown of a guy named Barnett and what he does, which I think will be very fascinating. I think the men listening out there will really enjoy that because Barnett is able to really embody masculinity, masculine energy. He's able to flirt and build attraction very well. And so I think that'll be a very good video for my male listeners out there who are building their confidence, finding their inner voice. I'm looking to be bold and take more risks in dating, which I think is really, really important. And then I'm going to do a video on the guy Mark, which was a really heartbreaking story for the people who watch the show. And I'll be talking about kind of his feminine energy and his anxious attachment style and all of the things that led him to ultimately get rejected and kind of played by this other woman. And so a lot of women really feel bad for this guy and they don't think he did anything wrong. But it's a total victim mentality for people to feel bad for this guy. He walked right into this trap himself, and I'm really excited to break that video down. That's going to be a controversial one. And a lot of people, especially women, are going to disagree with me. And that's okay. I think that I have to be true to my message, and I openly welcome all feedback about my show. I don't think that I'm perfect or I have all the right answers, but I know that's going to be a juicy one with some controlled controversy for sure. Anyway, this video specifically, it breaks down Cameron and Lauren. I'm going to let the audio roll in just a few minutes. But before I do that, I also wanted to answer another question, which is people have been asking me a lot about how to date and find love during coronavirus. I kind of alluded to this in a video I did on my YouTube channel, and a lot of people have just been really frustrated and saying, oh man, I can't go on dates, I can't meet anyone, what's the point? I was having so much frustration with relationships in general, and now I can't even go out on dates, so it's even worse. And I'm really calling people out who have that attitude, especially my clients that I coach on relationships, because now is one of the best times ever to be dating. You can be going on FaceTime, Zoom, or Skype dates right now, which not only save you time and money, but it offers you the ability to actually get to know the person and talk and focus more on learning more about each other's values and who they are as a person, rather than trying to find a fancy restaurant or spend a bunch of money and then have a person fall in love with your bank account or fall in love with your experiences as opposed to falling in love with you. And so one of the things that I really recommend is to take advantage of this opportunity to go on a lot of video virtual dates and explore being emotionally available and open and learning about these people. And I highly, highly recommend that. I think this is one of the best times to be dating because you can go on more dates and find someone who you might have a connection with or who might be secure and a good partner for you. The other reason why this is such a good time is because you can focus on doing your inner work. The vast majority of people who come to me with dissatisfaction with relationships, the majority of the work that needs to be done is actually inside of themselves. And it's relatively, it's not really connected much to the outside world or who they're dating or not dating. When I was in college, I had a friend who was very depressed. I was at Cornell in upstate New York, and he wanted to transfer. He wanted to leave Cornell and go somewhere else. And I just knew at the bottom of my heart that if he transferred, he would be unhappy at the other school. And I'm not saying all transfer students would be like that. A lot of people are much happier when they transfer. But there is a certain level of dissatisfaction that is inside yourself. And so I really recommend taking advantage of this opportunity to do your inner work now while you can work from home and you have more downtime and you have more time with yourself. There are so many good books on relationships on Audible. I always recommend the book Attached by Amir Levine. There are good podcasts out there. I've done a bunch of podcasts on my show about relationships. You can go back and listen to those. YouTube has a ton of great content out there as well. And I always love to welcome people into my group coaching program, Mastery Academy. And you can learn more about that at courses.brendanhburns.com. And I just want you to know that there's a great, great time to be doing your inner work. The next way to really date and find love during coronavirus is to download the Card Decks app. So it's Card and then Decks, D-E-C-K-S. It's a totally 100% free app in the Apple App Store, and it's on Google Play as well. John Gottman, I studied under him, and I have training completion from him in level 1 and 2 relationship and couples counseling. He developed this app which is filled with all these questions, and it's so good for going on these FaceTime and Zoom dates. You can bring them. They have love maps, which are kind of like there are all different ones here. It's mostly your favorites. Then there's open-ended questions. There's a new section called date questions. When you were a kid, what do you remember you like to do? I'm just reading some of these here. This app is so good for dates and whether you're in a relationship or not, because also there are these salsa sections, mild, medium, and hot. And so I'll let you guys, those are the R-rated ones, and I'll let you guys handle those responsibly. But that app is a game changer, so I really recommend that. And then you can also be going on social distancing walks. You can be planning for what you'll do when things go back to normal and when you're able to go outside and cook and go on other types of dates. So there's a lot that you can be doing now. If you find yourself single or if you find yourself frustrated with your relationships, you can be doing online dates on Zoom or Skype. You can be doing your inner work. You can download the Card Decks app. So I don't want you to sit around and feel helpless. You can take a lot of action right now, especially if you're doing your inner work or if you download Card Decks and you have some really deep conversations with people. You might advance your relationship happiness and your dating life more now than when the world was open for business. So just consider those things currently. And now I want to tee up the audio. So here's the transition where this is my analysis from the Netflix show Love is Blind with Cameron Hamilton and Lauren Speed, how this couple was able to get engaged in 5 days. Enjoy. Again, if you want to watch it with the video, you can go to my YouTube channel, Brendan Burns. But here's the audio. Thanks again for listening and enjoy. How would you like to get married in 5 days without even seeing your partner in person? My name is Brendan Burns, and I show you how to get the life and love that you want. Hit that subscribe button now, and let's get into it. In the Netflix show Love is Blind, singles attempt to find their match and fall in love without even seeing each other face to face. In this video, I break down the voice-only emotional connection that develops between Cameron Hamilton and Lauren Speed. This couple successfully marries, and I'm going to show you exactly why and how you can have that love too. So let's start by watching a clip from Love is Blind.
What are you really looking for in a partner?
Somebody who is supportive, someone who's loving. I like when a guy hugs me from behind. It makes me feel like small.
Yeah, that's good. Gosh, I really want to get to know you more.
I know, I like you.
I like you too.
All right, there's a lot happening there, but I'm going to break that into two components. One is you have to ask good and deep questions when you're dating. So Cameron starts by asking questions like, what do you cook? Can you cook? What could you make for me if we were on a date? But then he also goes a level deeper and he says, hey, what are you looking for in a partner? One of the biggest mistakes that people make when dating is they're scared to push away a certain partner by not asking those deep and important questions. Take back the frame, ask good and deep questions, and you go from being interesting to interested, which is one of the most important things in dating, is stop trying to prove how cool you are, let go, and be more interested than interesting by asking good questions. The second thing that Cameron does really well here is he tells this woman exactly how he feels. He says, gosh, I really want to get to know you more. He's sharing his warm feelings vulnerable, which is representative of a secure attachment style. If you've heard me talk about attachment theory before, the goal is to find a secure partner and also to become more secure yourself. So the best thing you can do for that is clearly and vulnerably express how you're feeling to the potential partner in a dating situation. Let's jump ahead to another clip.
Hi, Cameron.
Oh, I'm so happy it's you.
I'm happy it's you.
I was really looking forward to talking to you.
I was looking forward to talking to you. How are you feeling right now? Tell me.
I'm feeling like I had a few connections. I don't know if I should admit this, but I felt the strongest connection with you.
Oh, I felt the strong connection with you too.
Good, I hope so.
All right, so Cameron again is just leading off with his direct and vulnerable feelings towards Lauren. He's not afraid to tell her that he likes her, and he's open about his feelings towards her, which, as you see, creates the pattern of receiving that as well. He's creating an environment and leading with his true feelings, and this woman turns around and is able to share the same thing, rather than hiding his feelings, and then she doesn't know how he feels, and also doesn't feel comfortable letting him know how she feels towards him as well. So if you like someone, tell that person. Be upfront, be honest, be vulnerable. It saves everyone time and is a huge part of why this goes from strangers to being engaged in 5 days. Let's look at another clip from this interaction.
I appreciate a man who has sensitivity. What's the last thing that you cried about?
My mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, so it's just some of the difficult things with my mom.
All right, again, Cameron is being vulnerable. And here, what I want to emphasize is the importance of owning who you are. In dating situations, do not hide perceived flaws or what you might consider weaknesses about yourself or things that you don't like. The best thing that you can do is get in front of it and share it openly with your partner, because number one, they are going to find it sexy that you're being honest and owning who you are. And number two, that thing that you might be trying to hide, like a lot of men try to hide that they're sensitive or have emotional feelings. Women actually love those things at times. So you have to own exactly who you are. And Cameron right there does a great job sharing his sensitive side and being very direct and upfront about that, which then cultivates a series of questions from Lauren asking him, oh, tell me more about the first time or the last time you cried. They have this emotional bond over a powerful conversation, and things just go to a next level of depth. So now let's go ahead to the next clip.
Cameron,
Yes,
I think I love you.
I love you.
Wow.
I love you.
I love you. Did we just say that?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't breathe. Okay. Are you crying?
Just a tiny bit.
All right, what is going on this show? Here is another example of being authentically open about feelings. Now, Lauren does a great job here of being really honest and open about how she feels, and she actually tells Cameron that she thinks that she loves him. Now, that is great, and you have to give her credit, and we also have to give Cameron credit for all of the warmth and openness that he has given towards her and towards this situation over the dates that they've gone on. Now, the most important thing to pay attention from that clip was that when she said, I think I love you, he immediately calls back and snap calls it and says, I love you. And then he goes and he says it again. He is in touch with his feelings towards her, and he openly, freely, and warmly expresses that to this woman. So what's so important is to be in touch with how you feel and to put it out there, put it on the line. This is a secure attachment style quality. It's something for you to embody and work on embracing more in your dating situations or your relationship if you're in one. And a huge thing to look for in relationships as well. And one of the best ways to become more secure is to date a secure person. Let's jump ahead to the final clip from this that I want to show you.
I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me?
Oh my God, yes. Yes, Cameron. I will marry you. I will be your wife.
And that is a wrap. So let's recap what happened here so that you can learn from this so that you can get the same love in your life. Number one, whether you're dating someone new or you're on a date with your existing partner, ask questions, ask good ones, be thoughtful, practice listening, and go deep. Ask deep questions. That fosters intimacy, love, good emotions, and feelings of connectedness with the other person. Number two, tell the other person how you really feel. Cameron is open, direct, straightforward, and says exactly what he's feeling. Be very direct in your feelings towards who you're dating. Number three, own who you are. Own exactly who you are and share that with your partner. When he shared that he had a sensitive side, that really created a lot of powerful connection between the two of them. And last but not least, go for it. He gets out there, he goes for the ask, he proposes, and the rest is history. I'm Brendan Burns, and thank you for watching another one of my videos. Make sure to hit that subscribe button now for access to and updates on all my new videos. And make sure to subscribe to my podcast, The Brendan Burns Show, which is featured in Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you haven't already, please leave me a podcast review because that helps more people like and find the show. Have a great day. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Brendan Burns Show. If it's your first time here, please make sure to subscribe on the Apple Podcasts app or in Spotify. Also, please leave us a rating or written review. This helps others learn about the show and spread the word to new and more people. Lastly, if you're looking to take your personal life, business, or career to the next level and you want access to me as well as my community of like-minded people, head over to courses.brendanhburns.com and join us in Mastery Academy, my membership site that comes with online course content as well as live coaching calls every 2 weeks hosted by me personally. Thanks again for listening and have a great day.